All right, back to homework help with Jen. We are doing chapter 2's nomenclature, and I didn't write all these down because I didn't want to. All right, so 75 says write the formula for each of the following compounds. So our first one is sulfur difluoride. Okay, so you can see from that di that we're probably dealing with a molecule, and then we look at the sulfur and yep, must be a molecule. There is no cation there, there's no metal, and so that means that we get to write this one easily. Well, they just say sulfur, so we have one sulfur, and then difluoride means a fluorine with a 2 because di means 2. Ah, excellent. Okay, so now we look at the next one. All right, so we come up here and it's sulfur hexafluoride. Okay, so that's just sulfur again, and hex means 6, so 6 fluorines, SF6. If you don't know those right off the top of your head, you need to have them on your cheat sheet if you're one of my students, or you need to get to memorizing them. That's pretty important. All right, so let's go ahead, we'll put C right here. Okay, and if we look up here, C is nice and long. It says sodium dihydrogen phosphate. Yikes. Even I am going to need to check my ion list for some of those. Okay, so, but now I know that I can't really rely on prefixes for numbers because it's going to have some ions in it. So sodium is Na+. And then we need dihydrogen phosphate. All right, let's come over to our ion list and let's find it. And there it is, H2PO4-. Dihydrogen phosphate. Excellent. Okay, so we see that. Oh, well, that makes that easy. Plus and minus. So my answer here is just NaH2PO4. Very good. Okay, now let's look at D. Okay, so we come up here. Oh, there it is. And it's lithium nitride. Okay, so this is a nice easy one. It's just one of those binary ionic compounds, both very simple cations. And so we have lithium plus, it's an alkali metal, so it's going to be +1. And then nitride, I know from my ion list, is going to be N3-. Now since I have 3 of these, I need 3 positive charges to balance them out. So I get Li3N, lithium nitride. Excellent. Okay. Next I have E, and E is chromium-3 carbonate. All right, so that 3 in parentheses tells me what the charge is on my chromium. Okay, so I could go hunting for it if I wanted to. Wow, this is probably dizzy making. And I see chromium-3 right there, Cr3+. Okay, now I'm back over to here. It's probably terrible. And we have carbonate. All right, now carbonate is CO3 2-. All right, we saw that in the last one, in number 71. Okay, so Cr3, CO2-. Okay, so I'm going to need to bring that 3 down there and that 2 down there because I need 6 positive charges and 6 negative charges. That's the only way to balance these out. So I would say, okay, well, I have 2 chromiums. Right, now if I need 2 carbonates, I need to make sure that my carbonate is in parentheses so that I get 3 of the whole thing. All right, next. Oh, this is a long problem. All right, next we have tin 2 fluoride. All right, this one's pretty standard. It tells us tin 2, so it's SN2+, and fluoride is 1-. Okay, so that means that I need 2 negative charges to balance out my 2 positive charges. So this becomes SNF2. Excellent. All right. I'll go ahead and do G right here next to it. And G is ammonium acetate. Okay, oh, this is a fun one. Okay, you'll be using some ammonium acetate in your lab that has to do with chapter 4. Okay. So we have ammonium, NH4+. And then we have the acetate ion, C2H3O2-. It's on your ion list. You can take my word for it. Okay, so this is just a 1-to-1, so that makes that easy. We can just put them together. NH4, C2, H3O2. It looks like a huge compound. There's bigger, but it looks big for us in general chemistry. Ammonium acetate, G. H is next, and we're almost done. Our next one here is ammonium hydrogen sulfate. Ooh, okay, well, we just talked about the ammonium ion, NH4 plus. Now, when I say hydrogen sulfate, I'm not really looking here for two different ions. Okay, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for one. Okay, hydrogen sulfate. And so we come over to our ion list and we come on up. Oh, there it is right there, bisulfate, hydrogen sulfate, HSO4 minus. Okay, HSO4 minus. Oh, well, they made this one pretty easy too. 1 to 1 again, so we just have NH4, HSO4. And we would not combine the hydrogens, we would leave it just like that. All right, last one in number 75, okay, is cobalt-3 nitrate. Okay, so nice of us. Cobalt-3 means it's cobalt-3 plus. Our nitrate ion is a very, very common anion that we'll see a lot throughout this year, NO3 1 minus. Okay, again, all of these are on your ion list. Now, I have 3 positive charges here and only 1 here, so I need 3 nitrates. So I would say, okay, I have 1 cobalt and 3 nitrates, CONO3, 3.